Hey there, this is Rachel Ann Harris, and I was asked to do a reading about someone new that entered someone's life. So, let's get started. Get my wires out of the way. So, I've shuffled these cards 8 times. They were done in a riffle shuffle. The reason that's important to me is I believe that randomness needs to be in every tarot reading, and 8 shuffles invites enough of the chaos to really see some kind of order within the murkiness. So the first card up, here I'll bring it up for you, is the Five of Disc. So this is the worry card. This is a place where the material forces in your life are out of balance, and because of that, there's this unease all around. Now, the next 2 cards that I pull, oh my, let me move this computer over. The next 2 cards that I pull are going to go on each side of this, and they're going to help describe the situation at hand, kind of the major forces pulling you. For the first one, we have Prudence, and for the other, we have the Hanged Man. So, Prudence refers to the idea, it's another disc. It's an 8 of disc, though. There is a balance again. It refers to having gone to the fields, done the work, and seeing the results of it. So you're seeing on one side the results of work that you've done, and on the other side we have the Hangman. And the Hangman most often represents a transformation, the killing, the destroying of oneself to become another. So the next cards that we're going to use are going to help us describe a few things. First of all, we'll have one possibility here, another possibility here. Down here, what we will have are the things that are going to assist you in making these decisions. And down here, we're going to have the things that are outside of your control. So, for the first card, on that transformative side, you have Science, the 6 of Swords. Science represents the using of the intellect, that pointed part of yourself, to dispel a non-truth. In this case, they're all pointed at the center of the Tetragrammaton, this idea of seeing past the things that are normally supernatural, like looking through the fog. It says to really focus on that intellect. On the Prudence side, we have Death. Death is another card that often refers to a transformation. It's a very Scorpio card. It refers to that myth that sometimes when a scorpion is put in a fire, like in a ring of fire, it will sting itself in order to end its suffering and go on to another life rather than endure the pain that's there. So this sort of transformation is one that's foisted upon you. This sort of transformation is almost one that you chose. So let's see where this goes. And let me tell you something about the way I read these. The first cards to come up on these sets of 3, I refer to as the past. The next set, the present, and the final set, the future. So let's continue on. These are the things that are going to help you make your decision. We have Success. So we have the 6 of Disc. It's one step up from this 5 here. And what that means is a moment where balance is restored again, and the things that you're putting into materially are happening. This is something physical, tangible. On the other side, the things that are outside of your control, we've got Strength. Strength is an amazing card. It refers to the balancing of the masculine and the feminine energies between this lattice of strange balance down in the 9th of Wands. It's one of my favorite cards, and I'll speak more on it as we go. So that's the past. So what we're looking at is a situation where you forced yourself to transform by using new knowledge or applying old knowledge. We also see that on the other side, you're seeing work that you put in destroy the world around you. The good news is it's bringing you success, and that's going to help you make the decisions that you need to make. And no matter what, it's going to give you strength. But let's see what's happening right now. Okay. So on that first side of the equation, we have the Hermit. So you've used this intellect to change something about yourself in your past. And this path is leading you on this side towards a solitude that'll bring about your inner light. That is, by and large, one of the best lessons of the Hermit, is that there are moments in our lives where we must retreat in order to find the thing that guides us. On the other side of you, we have that Prudence that has forced you into a transformation and has caused a new peace. So far, these are working in tandem with each other, which is good news. Here we have the Princess of Swords, and she has a place kind of at the end of this story of this tarot. She's fighting a losing battle, but she's not going to give up. She's got that pointed energy that she is putting towards the goal that she wants to have. And the fact is, she has success behind her that's spurring her on to continue. On this side, we have the Four of Discs. There's a lot of disc here. There's some material changes happening, something physical. The Power card. This idea of power can be inner power. It can be authoritative power. There is some sort of power that is currently affecting you that is either keeping you where you are or stopping you from where you want to be. So let's see what's in the future for you. We have the Knight of Wands on one side, the Ion on the other, Oppression for your lesson, and Fortune for the last thing outside of your control. So first, let's start here. The Wheel of Fortune refers to the idea that there are moments that tip the scales. There are moments where when a change is going to happen and the way that the wheel is lines up and it turns, and there you are. You're in the new place. And the reason I wanted to talk about that is because after this piece, you got the Ion. And the Ion's an interesting card because it reflects upon a transformation of the self onto the next level, and still not quite powerful enough to make the next change. So you were in one world, you took that world and put all of your energy in, and you created a new one. And in this new world, you are the hand of fate. So it looks like a lot of things are in your hands. On the other side, this present solitude leads you to the Knight of Wands. Now, the thing about knights to remember is that they tend to have very masculine reasons for being knights. They're very much out to gain something. For the Knight of Disc, it is to tend a field and see his crops grow. For the Knight of Wands, it's all about passion. This tells me that there's someone coming into your life that has a fiery passion and a masculine energy. On this other side, the Ion is androgynous. It's representative of Horus and the idea of the transmutation of the masculine and feminine into something new. So, in the final card down here, the things that are going to help you make your decision, we have Oppression. It's the Ten of Wands. The wands represent the will. And your will is going to be blocked. Something that you want to do will be stopped. However, that force stopping you is still not going to stop the changes that happen. It's not going to stop you from meeting this masculine energy. and it's not going to stop you from becoming this androgyny. So, as much worry as you have, remember that the work that you're doing is going to pay off, and remember that you're getting rid of an old self, but that it's okay. That's the end of the reading. I hope you enjoyed.